Welcome to ZKast, everyone. I'm ZS Caravallo from ZK Research, and I'm here in Ponta Vedra, Florida. It is Players Championship Week. I'm with Scott Gutterman, SVP of Digital and Broadcast Media for the PGA Tour. Scott, how you doing?
Good, good. How are you? Welcome to the PGA Tour Global Home.
Thanks. And this is, of course, the iconic Sawgrass course. We've seen lots of great things happen here over the years, better than most. Ricky Fowler's shot. We've already had some excitement this week. Colin Morikawa, his caddy had a hole-in-one. So Jordan chip in from 77 yards out or something like that for an eagle yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're in front of the new PGA Tour Studios, which opened up this year.
Yeah.
And so Scott, I was reading about this building. Your old facility had like 35,000 square feet, including trailers.
Right.
This is 165,000. Right. What are you doing with all the space here?
Well, it is just a little bigger than the space that we left down south at the World Golf Village. But yeah, we had that facility for 25 years. We outgrew when we started in 2020 to produce for ESPN Plus PGA Tour Live, which required 4 streams. So we built a TV compound around it. But at that time, we knew we were going to be building this facility. So this facility now at 165,000 square feet, 7 studios, 8 control rooms, is doing not only ESPN Plus, but it'll be doing the Korn Ferry Tour and the Champions Tour productions as well too. So it'll be going pretty much 52 weeks a year with some live golf during most weeks coming in and out of it.
And I know the PGA Tour has been big on trying to use modern technology to improve fan experience. In fact, you've got something called the Fan Forward Initiative.
That's right.
So you can talk a little bit about that and how that influenced the design of the studio.
Sure. So with Fan Forward is really about us taking a look at how fans consume the PGA Tour, what they want out of the PGA Tour, how they want to see the best players in the world play on the best courses and the most iconic courses like the TPC Sawgrass Stadium course that we have. And so what we've been doing is reaching out to fans. We have a 15,000 person fan council. We've done a survey of 50,000 fans as well too, along with that. And then going out and talking to various constituencies like in person and making sure that we understand what it is they want through surveys and interviews. And really what's come out of that is, people want to see more golf shots. That we knew right off the top. People want to see more golf shots. They want to know more about the players both on and off the course. And we know that they're going to want to consume that in a wide variety of platforms, right? Because that's really the decentralization of consumption of content is really where we are these days. So big PGA Tour fans that might be 30 or younger might be consuming everything about the PGA Tour on TikTok that they want to know about a player or not, right? So we're about reaching fans no matter where they are in a way that will give them the content that they want to follow.
Yeah, I watched the opening video when Tiger Woods came into this, so I'm hoping we see some of those things.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
But one of the interesting things he said was that he started playing. The internet was just becoming a thing.
That's right.
And today everyone's got a mobile phone. In fact, people don't clap anymore, they yell because everyone's got a phone in their hand.
Right.
And so how much did mobile influence the design of what you're doing here?
Well, mobile, really, it's interesting. I've been at the tour for 20 years. When I got here, it was being responsible for the website. iPhone comes along, and then eventually App Store, and we really could begin to see this shift to mobile. Started seeing fans bring mobile phones into the grounds to record what their favorite players are doing and to show people what they're doing at a PGA Tour event. So this is about this building is about giving us the flexibility to deliver a wide variety of content on a wide variety of devices that not only exist right now, but what's going to exist in the future. If we're going to move towards AI as an interface or AI as a platform, what is that content going to look like in the future?
All right, should we go in and have a look?
Let's take a look. Great. So everybody is coming from a place where they were working in these 6 trucks, down at the other studios.
Yeah, I read that. That was part
pretty
of
much shoulder to shoulder in there. So space, of course, was a big part of what we wanted to look at in here, and then also give us some flexibility in the space to be creative and show the history of the PGA Tour. So you'll see these big murals. So these are the logos that they went through before they got to the Swingman logo for us as they were evolving things. Some of these you'll see occasionally, like the shields, make their way onto retro gear.
Yeah.
We're going to go this way and start taking a look at studios and things. This is the primary control room here. This is the biggest control room that we have in the studios. Directors down front, calling golf from all the different feeds that we have. We are live streaming every single group across the entire course. So we do 24 in the morning, 24 in the afternoon.
You're live streaming every group?
Every group.
Wow.
Yeah, every group. So it's over 30,000 shots over 4 days.
Live, but that doesn't necessarily have commentary then?
No, it does not. All the Every Shot Live groups have are natural sound and graphics that help you tell the story. The central equipment room, so this is where all the fiber, all the power, all comes in and out of this building. It's kind of like a data center. This building runs on batteries 24/7. We power those batteries, so that way if the power goes out, we still can run on the batteries. Everybody can keep producing what they want to produce. If we need to go longer, then
how long can you go on?
So 24 hours on these batteries, and then
you have 24 hours.
But we have 6 diesel generators across the street that will kick in if we need to go longer.
That's amazing.
And those will go 10 days.
All right, Scott, well, we just took a look at your 1A1 studio. We didn't take any video because it's live in there.
Yeah.
But what did we see in there, Scott?
So this is the biggest studio that we have in the building. It is almost a full LED volume. It's got LED floors, LED walls, LED totems, 3 robotic cameras in there, including a robotic techno dolly that's in there as well, too, that can be run manually also. That is where we do the PGA Tour Live main feed for ESPN every single week. So you saw 2 folks sitting there at the desk calling golf while we were in there. And we can use that studio for all kinds of things. It really is the crown jewel of the building. We can do virtualizations in that studio, so we can have a 3D version of the 17th hole come up out of the ground, and then we can also have virtualized versions of our players also come up out.
Yeah, in fact, the Tiger promo video, that was that studio?
Yeah, so the Tiger was in that studio. We put him kind of on that towards the end of the front end of the studio. And then what we did is we adjusted everything out in black and red, of course, because it's Tiger. And then what we did is we had 82 photos, one for each of his wins, slowly come up on the walls and the totems.
That's
and
awesome.
The floor. You can see Tiger was, he was getting a little emotional and kind of seeing how, all those great accomplishments leading up to his last win at Zozo.
Yeah, no, that was unbelievable. It showed, I guess, the flexibility of that room.
Yeah, so, that's exactly right. Yeah. And that room we're going to start using more and more in virtualizations and AR. So you'll watch us come into that room and it'll look like people are standing in a place where there's a sky above them and so everything. We're getting there for that technology to kind of use for the rest of the year. So we're pretty excited about it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all LED walls. The desk is all LED. You can change out the branding and everything. And this is being used for our ESPN Bet program that we do from 11 to 1, 4 days this week. So all Thursday through Sunday. So.
I was reading that post-pandemic, like golf has reached like a new level of popularity, and I guess it's no coincidence that it coincides that online gambling really rose at the same time too, right? So, it takes a casual fan and makes them an invested fan.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. It does. It does. I think with the golf participation and consumption has just gone up since the pandemic. It was one of those things, of course, during the pandemic, everybody could still get out and do, and so I think it really pushes forward the notion also, and it's golf is for everybody. So you can have all skill levels. What we, years ago when I joined the PGA Tour in 2005, I was like, how do we get people to watch the broadcast? And now we're at a point where, look, we want to make PGA Tour fans. We don't really care how they come to the PGA Tour. That could be through TGL, that could be through Topgolf, that could be through watching videos on TikTok. It doesn't, we're okay with all of that, and we encourage it and lean into it as well.
And one of the things you rolled out this year, and we've talked about this before, is the TourCast AI-generated commentary.
Right.
But you've actually had 3 upgrades of that since you launched it, right?
Yeah. So TourCast this week we launched the AI-generated commentary. So it's generative AI with AWS and Bedrock using the Anthropic and Claude models. We are generating a commentary for all 30,000 shots across the PGA. So every single shot gets its own commentary, and what it's getting is it's getting a fact and a context. And so what happens with the fact is the thing, Rory McIlroy hits this shot, Rory McIlroy hits a drive 385 yards. He's got 125 yards left of the hole, which is what we all need to know, right?
Yeah.
That's exact. But what is really the context of that shot? What we really want people to see is Rory McIlroy hit a 385-yard drive. That's his longest drive of the day. That's the longest drive on this hole. He's got 125 yards left to the pin. He's got a 10% chance of putting it within 6 feet, right? And so that's the context that we are now using generative AI to provide to fans.
And actually, what I noticed is new in there too, since I saw it being betaed at the Tour Championship, is there was a little context even. I looked up Jordan Spieth's eagle from yesterday, and it said how often he eagles par 5s. I think he more often than not shoots under par on par 5s.
That's right.
And then, but it actually explained for the novice fan like what an eagle is.
That's right.
And things like that. So you put some
context in there. And then the other thing that we recently rolled out in the last few weeks is shot plots. So if you go in and you turn on the shot plots, you can actually see the plots of the shots and the position where they made birdie from, where they made bogey from. So it really kind of gives you the ability to see, okay, what part of the course are the guys really playing from at that moment. So I think all of these things together really help us build on that digital twin of TourCast of everything that happens on the course.
Yeah, I think the last time we talked, we were discussing how AI lets the untrained eye see what the trained eye does. And so if you're a really seasoned golf fan, you might understand that, putting it, you know, up top on 17 isn't a good idea because it's so fast coming down. But if you're an average fan, you might have no, you'd have no idea. Right? Yeah. And I want to ask about the World Feed. That launched this tournament. And so what is the World Feed?
So the World Feed allows us to provide an ex-US rights holder with a feed that addresses those audiences with players that those audiences are familiar with, right? So we'll also show them the leaders, like, you know, right now Rory and the, you know, Scotty and the rest of the guys that are there. But we're also going to be showing, you know, Minwoo Lee, you know, a couple of, you know, Robert McIntyre. You know, we're going to focus on the international players a little bit more on those, and it's also the way that feed's delivered. It's delivered in a way that either we produce it and we provide the commentary, or we provide the feed and then the rights holder actually puts their own commentary and their own staff on. So real quick, just transmission control right here, so you can see this is where our team here is monitoring everything that goes into and out of the building. They're dealing with, you know, issues that may crop up in the engineering spaces around the building or in the studios, having to fix cameras or sound or things like that. And then down here on this room that we pass by is for our streaming, so going up to places like WSC Sports. So on a week like this where we're doing every shot live, they're going to cut automatically through AI 30,000 shots, publish them across our platforms. It's all going to be done with AI, and it's all, you know, done in less than 2 minutes. So I can show you this control room real quick since it's not in use. This is the Champions Tour control room. So you can see this is a 2-bench control room versus the 3-bench control rooms we saw downstairs. And it's about half the size of the big one downstairs, maybe a little bit smaller. So this is a good example of our small studios here. So with the flexibility, we have 2 of these right here back to back. There's a similar one on the other side that's actually doing a live broadcast. You see the floor is different.
It's
than the studios that we saw downstairs, the one that we were in for ESPN Bet. Again, two staff, you know, 2 talent, and then a robotic camera, and then they're calling golf. All of this is all LEDs. Everything can be changed out. These screens, you know, can be adjusted to do whatever they want to do. They can do stand-ups here if that's what they want to do. We have redundancy going out of the building, so we have 2 dark fiber networks that go out of the building here, and that go down the 2 different roads, north and south, that go up to a company called Cologix up in Jax that get us out to the rest of the internet.
Yeah, and how much? Give me a sense of how much content you'll create here in a tournament.
We do over a tournament. I can't remember the exact tournaments, but throughout the year we'll do over 4,000 hours of golf coverage out of this. We are the largest producer of golf coverage in the world.
And so 4,000 hours, do you have any idea what that equates in petabytes, terabytes?
Our media asset management system, built on AWS and it's all up in the cloud, is almost 28 petabytes at this point. 280,000 hours, over 280,000 hours of golf in there. Just real quick here, this is our replay area. So we're working with Sony's Hawkeye team, and a tool called Hawk's Nest that's actually connected to our ShotLink scoring system. What that's really enabled these teams to do is all of these guys what they're doing here in the replay is they're queuing up shots called on by the directors and the producers, or see shots and they're getting them ready for the directors and the producers.
So how
they're creating playlists.
How does ShotLink use Hawkeye?
Well, Hawkeye uses ShotLink.
Okay.
So Hawkeye uses ShotLink. So what they want to be able to do is if they want to get a Justin Thomas shot here, it's like the one we see him queuing up right here.
Yeah.
So if they want to do it, what they used to have to do in an EVS world is they have to go and try and find the time code and kind of remember where that happened, right? So now what they're doing with this is they can go directly and say, you know what, I want you to go get that shot from Justin Thomas on the 17th hole, 3rd shot, go get it. And so they can go right to the shot. And so they can get they can get right there and then queue those shots up as they want. So they'll get that queued up and then they'll quickly go to the next shot. So some of these guys will be queuing up 2 and 3. This one here has 3 playlists going. So you'll see them going through that. So we're working with Hawkeye on this. It's been a great system for us. It's really allowed us to actually be ready to show more golf shots. So along this wall here that we're going to see in a few minutes, this waveform is the Better Than Most call by Gary Koch in 2001, where Tiger sunk the 60-foot putt on 17, the big S putt. So what we did is we took it and made a waveform. So you'll see a QR code here at the beginning and go all the way down. And Gary actually signed the wall down at the very end here. In
that's awesome. Yeah.
This is where all the staff sits. Our live production team is over here. All throughout here is all basically digital staff, social media, YouTube, specials, originals, anything that our teams are building to put on air or on a particular platform. And so they're working, this week, right now they're all out on the course covering the Players Championship here. It's been very, if you come back in the evening, it'll be very busy. So these are the 4 ESPN May feeds up here. and then this is the NBC broadcast and the world feed right next to it. And then all of these are the Every Shot live streams. So the Every Shot live streams like here and here and here. These are all the Every Shot live streams that are currently, so they're following every group. So they'll actually have, it's all data driven and it's all natural sound by, that's all you can hear.
Okay. So now are you doing Every Shot live here because it's a big tournament, or will you do this at every tournament?
So we want to eventually do this at every tournament. We do it here.
Because that's a lot of cameras.
It is a lot of cameras. Well, here, I'll show you. Actually, you're going to see a lot of cameras. Yeah, go ahead. Go, Byron, go to the second view there, please. So Byron Chapman's on TV.
This isn't even all of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This is
This
is 72 camera feeds right here. And so we have 133 going on the course this week.
So this is about half of
altogether.
what you can see.
So yeah, it's about a half. On top of this, there's another 155 on the course for ShotLink.
Okay.
Because ShotLink is driving, they're using the cameras for radar and ball motion capture.
And so how many total cameras?
So over 300
300
cameras. On the course this week, over 300 cameras.
All right, Scott, really appreciate your time and the tour of the PGA Tour Studios. What's next? What are some of the other technologies you're thinking about?
Well, first and foremost for us in this building is to continue to learn. We've been in this building now 3 months, and it's like how much more can what more can we do? What have we learned in the last 3 months? So we'll be looking at that over the next couple of weeks. We've got the rest of the season to go, so we've got a lot of great events coming up, the signature events, the playoffs to get ready for. So we'll be getting ready for all of those as we continue to push forward in the playoffs that finish up at Atlanta. And then, technology-wise, a lot more AI stuff is coming. So we've got a portfolio of generative AI work that we're about to unload because of the work that we've done here.
And a synthetic voice is coming, right?
So we're working on synthetic voice right now. So if you're following along and reading the narrative commentaries, we want people to have it read to them. So we're looking at synthetic voice as well too. Things like, really what we're trying to lean into more and more is kind of hyper-personalization and predictive engagement, and really give an opportunity. Like, we know a lot about our fans. What can we do to serve them the best content about their favorite players? What can we do to enable those fans to create the content that they want themselves on the platforms that they want to consume it on? So that's going to be a big focus for us for the rest of the year.
And how about, you already do some stuff with the Apple Vision Pros.
Yep.
Any advancements coming there?
So yeah, we work on some new things with Apple Vision Pro right now. We'll probably go out towards the playoffs. So now that everybody's kind of got a year or two under the belt with Apple Vision Pro, we're learning how to kind of extend it out even more and create an even more immersive experience. So we'll have some new features later this year.
Yeah, I can picture that with synthetic voice. You have Jim Nantz in your head all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, Scott, we'll really appreciate your time. So on behalf of Scott Gutterman from the PGA Tour, I'm ZKast from ZK Research, and thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe as well. So until next time, I'll ZKast from ZK Research. See you next time on my next ZKast.